Red Edition, welcome, happy day. Firearm license holders by law must keep their address information current. Violent offenders, on the other hand, these are people that are actually out on parole. They do not have to keep their addresses current. What's up with that? We need a mandatory mental testing for government employees and politicians, so says me. That might help keep things straight. Hey, back to school time now. Yesterday, today, or tomorrow, depending on what state or province you live in, of course. But many parents now have peace of mind. It's a sad statement because gun-free zones, of course, attract goons and goofs, and they've been out doing some terrible things. We've had a lot of tragedies over the course of the years, and now parents are saying, hey, it's about time. For $150, we can buy life plate shields, and these are bulletproof inserts for backpacks and binders. It's kind of the new trend. It's a sad statement. I get all that, but it's pretty good that you have a choice as a parent. Not very much money to help protect the lives of your children. It's kind of like a fire drill. Give them the drill so they know what's going on. Here's a man, he's 50 years old, his name is Tim Alsop. He's in Oregon, he's homeless, he was hungry, he was broke, and he couldn't get any help for his physical condition, his health care, of course he didn't have any, and also for his mental health. And that was a big issue. So he walked into a bank, he handed a note to the teller and said, this is a hold up, give me $1. So she did. She was frightened. There was no need to be. He took the dollar. He went and sat in the waiting room and waited patiently until the police came. They arrested him, and he said, thank you. I finally now will get the help that I've been trying to get, and everybody's turned me away. Another kind of sad story there, but an interesting one. At least he had some ingenuity. Hey, he was creative. Green with envy, red with embarrassment. A public library in Iowa spent $16,000 to install 3 charge point units for electric cars. You'd get a charge out of this, I thought. In 2 years, though, there's only been 13 plug-ins for $13 of revenue, so maybe they're ahead of their time. But all the people that have the group hugs and all of that stuff and go out and talk to trees, they say this is a great idea. Let's build more. It doesn't make much money. In fact, it loses a ton of money, so if we can multiply that by 100, look at all the money we'll lose. Yay for us. They walk among us. There are 19 billion chickens in the world. Who cares about that? This is too much information. Maybe you all don't need to know that, but it's kind of interesting. 3 times the number of people. Chickens have been domesticated for 8,000 years. And here's the rub. Are you ready? Here it comes. Hens laid 89 eggs a year on the average in the good old days, 100 years ago. And today it's closer to 389. Sounds a little steroidy to me, huh? Arnold Schwarzenegger? He eats lots of eggs, I bet. Canada, government employees there, federal government, take 18 sick days a year. Non-government employees, that would be the private sector, they take 7 sick days a year. Kind of a sad statement. A lot of sad statements here today, but so many good people get ruined by working for the government. They take the interview and they think, isn't this great? It's security. I get a good sized check. I have all kinds of benefits. They get there and they say, oh no, there's nothing for me to do. The hardest part of my work is working to find some work, and work doesn't exist because they have too many people for the jobs, right? Left, I should say. And the government continues to do that. The Conservative government in Canada, they continue to do it much more than any liberal government did in the past, and it's got to break soon. You got to kind of get a man on that and get it fixed. Controlism is leftism. Gun control is a big part of controlism, of course. It struggles your ownership and of guns and addresses the left's concept that gun ownership is a bad thing and that it's tough for public to have safety, the public to have safety when other good people have guns, right? Forget about the criminals and so on. The left uses guns as a fear driver. Be scared, but don't be concerned, because we, the left-wing government, we're here to protect you because you're too stupid to look after yourself. So we'll even think for you in the process. It doesn't work that way, though, does it? Facts always get in the way of a left-wing fearmonger, and that is that 2 million people a year, last year, 2 million people used guns to prevent a crime. 500,000 of those were potential rapes. They were going to be rape victims, but the women were armed and they said, not so fast, I'm going to shoot you now. And they looked after their life and their welfare and their well-being. And those facts are never used in the fear-mongering of the left. Gun owners, you know what? They have a daily background check every day. Liberals don't? I don't think so. I got a great idea. Let's have liberal control. Hey, that would kind of work for me. Let me end today with a short story. It's hunting season. The man went and looked for a camouflage coat at Cabela's store. Couldn't find one. Y'all come back tomorrow. We're going to have more for you from the right. See ya.